Hi, it's Tim Hagen from Progress Coaching, and welcome to another episode for the Coaching Conversations podcast. Now, we are on Stitcher, we are on iTunes, and multiple different channels. Please check us out. Now, one of the things that you'll get out of our podcast episodes is a lot of content, a lot of strategy. It's not fluff, it's not concept, yet we really want you to engage with the content and let us know your feedback. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. If there's topics you'd love to have us address, we would love to share them with you. Let us know your impact and let us know your feedback. When organizations need to improve their workplace cultures, we often talk about our employee cultures or our workplace cultures from a distance. We talk about engagement in these nebulous, ambiguous terms. Cultures are built from the conversations within them. When I think about cultures, I think about the way we speak to each other. Recently I was at a great agricultural company for about 4 or 5 days, and it really went well. And we ran a session, and it's one of my favorite things to do. And it's getting people to talk and share social things like favorite vacation spots, favorite sports, favorite things to do when they're away from work. And you know what happens? So often we all get together and we think we know each other, but we don't know each other as well as we think. And I asked everyone to share, how many of you met somebody that you didn't know very well? All the hands go up. How many of you talked to somebody you knew in some of the sessions that you learned something different? Almost every hand in the room goes up. See, when you have context, you create commonality. When there's commonality, you create collaboration. When there's collaboration, there's less conflict. See, there's two sides to a coin when we go to work. We have the work side, and it's important. We got to meet expectations. We got to do our jobs. The flip side is the people doing the work. Now, I've lived by this for a long time. Be relentlessly helpful. Be relentlessly positive. Help people feel good about getting better. So when I think about cultures, there's a couple main components that create great workplace cultures. Number one, executive presence. Not just stopping in and waving while they walk by, but if they can, participating. I had 4 executives in one of my sessions. I could hear the employees talking. That does not happen at other companies. Number 2, having executives kick off your sessions. Because as an outsider, I constantly get, Tim's program, Progress Coaching. And I recently just had an executive and the CEO of the company say, this is not Tim's program. This is our program. Said it right while I was in the room. He said, I don't care who he hired. Now, he didn't say it like that, but he said, I know Tim's hearing what I'm saying. He's in full agreement with me. This is our program. And at the end, I asked people, how many of you found that fun? Every hand in the room went up. We went through about 3 or 4 sessions of, just asking and then demonstrating active listening, not interrupting. You know what the funny thing is? It was 16 minutes of total conversation. 16 minutes, and people walked out laughing and smiling and just got people together. Now, I'm simplifying things. There is a power of conversation. So you need executive presence. You need executive kickoff. Number 3, you need leaders well-trained in coaching conversations where they can be fluent. So one of the things that I heard was, how do you have a conversation with somebody who says, I just want to go home and do my job? So we practiced it. And a number of leaders said, this is great, because I get stumped with that. Leaders need to be able to coach and converse. Number 4, this is a big one. This is a huge one. Employees need to understand their role of approachability, coachability. And in one of my sessions, I said, don't go outside of alignment. If you have a problem with your boss, go to your boss. Don't tell 3 other people. And by the way, ask for help. Ask for feedback. Ask for assistance. And when you get feedback, whether agreement or disagreement, just say thank you. Now, we teach a whole thing called eat feedback. When we eat feedback, we embrace ask and tell. Most of us, when we get feedback we don't like, we either discount it to ourselves We don't really embrace it. Or we'll ask somebody to give us an example. We don't want an example. We want an example so we can explain things away. So here's the challenge. What if employees became more approachable, coachable? What if they gave leaders latitude for mistakes? What if they arbitrarily went to their leader weekly and said, what am I doing well and where can I improve? And just wrote it down and said, thank you. These are the simple building blocks. Now, the fifth one, and I hope all of you who are listening to this will reach out to us. We've just expanded our certifications. Number one, you need a certified trainer who can constantly educate people on how to coach. Number two, you need a certified coaching expert, a coach the coach, who can sit with leaders when somebody says, I've got somebody who wants to get promoted. They started last Tuesday. I got another employee with a negative attitude. I got someone who's really lacking time management, always late for work. And oh, by the way, it's the CEO's nephew. How do I have those conversations? Number three, invest in subject matter experts by certifying them as group coaches where they can facilitate. See, when the outsider comes in like me, hopefully it provides value. I think it does, but it dissipates. It's not embedded in the culture. You build your culture through conversations. Good luck, everybody. Thank you for listening to another episode of Coaching Conversations by Tim Hagen and Progress Coaching. Now, our company is always coming out with new and innovative solutions to help leaders coach their employees. And recently, we just created a new service called Coach to You, where leaders can pick and choose topics and assign 7 to 21-day programs for employees to learn and, more importantly, apply actions and then reflect and share what they're going to do going forward as a result of the learning. It's called Coach to You. We're literally bringing coaching to your employees. If you're intrigued, we'll have a link in each one of our episodes where you can get more information. And again, thank you so much for listening to another episode.